you're playing amazing. The team is doing a lot better.
Yeah.
In this past year, you have a career year, Pro Bowl season,
Yeah.
Franchise record for touchdowns with 21.
Yeah.
And franchise record for rushing touchdowns with 18.
This guy knows his stats.
Passing. There's a lot of great running backs that have played for the Dolphins. Like you mentioned, Ricky Williams, Reggie Bush.
Larry Zonka.
But you hold that record.
Yeah.
For the Dolphins after being cut by them years ago.
Yeah.
They could have had you back then.
They could have had me back then. But obviously something happened, and it wasn't under my control. It was I was just a young sprout too, I was just trying to find my way in the league and I tell people, I was here back in 15 and people are like, what, you were?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, this is my second stint here.
I will go out on a limb and say that there any franchise record holders that they hadn't previously been cut by that team.
Yeah.
I will go out on a limb and say that you would be hard to find. You might be the only one that's been cut by a team and then come back and set a franchise record. That's got to be like unheard of.
Yeah, we got to check that one.
I don't see how anyone else could have done that. Get cut by a team and then come back and set their franchise record.
I mean,
I think that'd be impossible.
Well, I think that actually might have happened. Mark Ingram
got cut by who?
Saints.
Really?
And then came back and actually got the franchise record for most rushing yards.
Okay. Yeah, that's so rare.
Well, I don't know if he got cut, but he didn't get signed. And then he went to the Ravens, and then he came back to the Saints and got the rushing record.
That's interesting. Oh, so he was he could have been like a free agent, and they didn't sign him back?
Yeah, one or the other. I don't think he got cut, but yeah.
That's crazy. So maybe he was a free agent.
It's a select few, though.
So, but then he came back with the Saints.
Yeah, but I got cut. And then came back.
And we're gone for years.
Yeah. And then came back and did that.
No, that's amazing. So talk to me about this season, how special it was for you. Where was your mindset at? I mean, how'd you get that done?
Yeah, so funny story. I signed with Miami in 22. And then I had one of my best years. I had like over 1,500 total yards, both passing and rushing. I had like 800, and then like however much, and receiving like 4 or 5, whatever. I'm a little off on math, but and then I had like 4 or 5 touchdowns. So I felt like that was a pretty solid year coming back from the knee injury that I had with the Niners. The damaged cartilage and all that stuff.
You stayed on your feet all year.
Yeah,
played.
I stayed healthy. I missed the last game of the season because I played the last game of the season and I broke my thumb against the Jets. And that was a game we had to win in order to get to the playoffs. And so I felt like I was giving it my all in that game and ended up breaking my thumb and missing the playoff game against the Bills. And so the following year, that same year, I had a conversation. I'll never forget. I had a conversation with one of my good friends, Tony. He stays down here in Miami. And one night we were gaming. It was like Thanksgiving. Yeah, around Thanksgiving time. We were gaming, and I made a statement like, I'm going to be all pro next year. Like, that's my goal. I'm going to be all pro. And I'm going to do some unbelievable things. Well, the following year, I'm going crazy. I'm, having all these touchdowns. I'm scoring. I'm, having all these yards. And around Thanksgiving time,
surfing in the end zone,
doing my celebration. Yeah. So I have a conversation with him again. He's like, Heem, you probably don't remember, but last Thanksgiving at this same time, we were on the game and you said how you were going to be an all-pro. And he's like, bro, you're really doing that right now. And so like the beginning of the year, as soon as I made that statement, my first year with the Dolphins, I put on my phone as like my screensaver, just all pro in black. It was in all black and then white lettering. And every morning, bro, I would wake up and that was my first thing that I would see. Like, and then kiss my wife and tell her I love her. And, kids will still be asleep at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. And that was the only thing that was on my mind last year was being all pro. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get it because, Christian got it, but I felt like I could at least make second team All Pro, but I didn't get that.
When you shoot for the moon, though, definitely we're right there.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I made Pro Bowl, first Pro Bowl in 9 years, which is unheard of, which is kind of crazy. But I finally made it. I felt like I could have made it in special teams. I definitely could have made it in special teams.
For sure. After all those years?
Yeah, but unfortunate things happen. Like I have a MCL, a grade 2 MCL tear at the end of the year. And so that brings down the voting. You're out for the rest of the season. You're kind of null and voided at that point in the vote process. And then, it just felt like it was somebody else's turn to be a Pro Bowler and a special team. So it was coming. I just had to stay grounded. And I felt like this past season was, that season for me. I needed that. I'm not satisfied, of course. I always want to one up everything that I'd possibly, I do. But we'll see, man. I'm excited for this upcoming season. I'm still healthy. I didn't have to have surgery this off season. And I'm taking care of my body the way I need to. And yeah, we'll see, man. It's been a good ride so far.
Nah, this year you definitely stamp yourself, bro. In history, obviously, setting records, and getting that respect around the league as, one of the top backs. And, I'm sure everyone who plays Madden is very happy.
Oh man, you know how many people come up to me and say that? They're like, bro, I got you on my MUT team.
I was playing Madden like a little. I haven't played Madden. I haven't played video games in years, but I was playing a little bit around like 2020.
Yeah.
And you after your 19th season, bro, you were so cold on Madden, bro. Like
I still get people to say that to this
crazy.
day. People are saying that to this day, bro. They're like, man, I got you on Madden, bro. Like, man, you just rushed for like 300-something yards. I'm like, you running with me like that?
You going crazy like that?
I might cause an injury on that game.
Wish that was real life.
Yeah, right. But
no, that's what's up.